On behalf of the Chief of Defense Staff, I welcome you all once again to Defense Headquarters Conference Room for the bi-weekly briefing on troops' activities and operational successes being recorded in the various operational theaters within the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. In the past 2 weeks, both kinetic and non-kinetic operations were conducted in the various theaters of operations with significant successes recorded. The brief will therefore cover operational activities of the Armed Forces of Nigeria and other security agencies conducted in addressing the various security challenges across the country between the period 12 to 26 January 2023, starting with the Northeast Zone. Troops of Operation Hadankai have continued to sustain and dominate their general area of operation. Operational activities were conducted in villages, forests, mountain areas, towns, and cities of Kukawa, Bama, Biu, Damboa, Meduguri, Mafa, Dekwa, Goza, Kaga, Abadan, as well as Mongunu local government areas of Borno State. Operations were also conducted in Madagali local government area of Adamawa State and Gujiba and Gedam and Damaturu local government area of Yobe State. In the Northeast region of the country, geared towards denying Boko Haram and Islamic State of West African Province and other criminal elements freedom of action and restore normalcy to the zone. Notably, on 12 January 2023, troops had a meeting engagement with Boko Haram and Islamic State of West African Province terrorists close to their locations in Kwata, Turare, and Azibri village in Kukawa and Damboa local government area of Borno State. During these encounters, troops engaged the terrorists in a firefight and neutralized 5 terrorists while others fled with gunshot injuries. Troops also recovered 3 AK-47 rifles, 2 60mm mortar bombs, 36 rounds of belted 7.62mm NATO, 7 mortar chargers, empty cases of mortar bombs charger, empty cases of RPG chargers, 2 RPG bombs, 1 gun truck, 2 PK machine gun, 2 RPG bombs, 1 QJC gun, 116 rounds of 12.7mm armor-piercing ammunition, and 56 rounds of 7.62mm ringed ammunition, while a Phantom MRAP used by the terrorists was destroyed by own fire. Also, troops on 14 January 2023 ambushed Boko Haram and Islamic State of West African Province terrorists close to Zawan village in Goza local government area of Borno State. Following the firefight, troops neutralized 7 terrorists while others fled. Troops recovered 3 AK-47 rifles, 2 fabricated guns, 15 rounds of 7.62mm refilled ammunition, 1 camel bag, 1 duty rifle, and 19 rounds of 7.62mm NATO ammunition. On the same day, troops ambushed Boko Haram and Islamic State of West African Province terrorists along Banki, Bula Yobe, Darak Jamal in Bama local government area and made contact. Following the firefight, troops neutralized 3 terrorists and recovered 2 AK-47 rifles, 15 rounds of 7.62mm refilled ammunition, and 1 camel bag, among other sundry items. Additionally, on 13 January 2023, 2 Boko Haram and Islamic State of West African terrorists surrendered to own troops at Banki Junction in Bama local government area of Borno State with 2 AK-47 rifles, 1 FM rifle, 12 rounds of 7.62mm special, 6 rounds of 7.62mm refilled ammunition, 1 mobile phone, and the sum of 15,000 naira only. Equally, troops raided the Boko Haram and Islamic State of West African Province terrorist enclave at Bulatasum village ahead of Gulusoye in Bama local government area of Borno State and made contact with the terrorists. Troops engaged and neutralized 2 terrorists while 2 motorcycles were recovered and 6 kidnapped victims rescued. Between 20th and 25th January 2023, troops conducted ambush operations at Lokori, Mainahari village in Mafa and the local government area of Borno State. During the operation, troops neutralized 8 terrorists, apprehended 5 armed headers, 2 suspected vandals, 5 bandits, and 4 terrorist logistics suppliers. During these operations, troops also recovered 2 QJC anti-aircraft guns, 4 AK-47 rifles, 2 AK-47 magazines, 216 rounds of 12.7mm armor-piercing ammunition. Troops also recovered 10 Russell goats, 1 cow, 7 bicycles, 4 motorcycles, 2 vehicles, among other sundry items. Cumulatively, within the week in focus, troops in the Northeast region recovered 12 AK-47 rifles, 2 locally fabricated guns, 1 FN rifle, 1 GT rifle, 3 QJC guns, 2 60mm mortar bombs, 36 rounds of belted 7.62mm NATO ammunition, 7 60mm mortar charges, 4 RPG bombs, 1 Phantom MRAP, 2 PK machine gun, 1 gun truck, 336 rounds of 12.7mm armor-piercing ammunition, 56 rounds of 7.62mm ringed ammunition, 21 rounds of 7.62mm refilled ammunition, 19 rounds of 7.62mm NATO, 48 rounds of 7.62mm special, 14 AK-47 magazine, 2 vehicles, 9 bicycles, 4 motorcycles, and the sum of 15,000 naira only, among other sundry items. Troops equally neutralized 42 terrorists, arrested 5 terrorists and 9 terrorist logistics suppliers, as well as arrested 5 suspected vandals, 5 bandits, as well as 5 armed headers. Troops also rescued 6 abducted civilians, while a total of 267 Boko Haram and Islamic State terrorists and members of their family, comprising of 22 adult females, 22 adult males, 128 adult females, and 117 children surrendered to troops at different locations in the Northeast Theater of Operations. All recovered items, apprehended criminals, rescued civilians were handed over to the appropriate authorities for further action, while captured terrorists and surrendered Boko Haram terrorists and Islamic State of West African Province, as well as members of their families, are being profiled for further action. Furthermore, the air component of Operation Hardenkai conducted a series of air interdiction operations at terrorist hideouts, enclaves, and camps. Notably, on 14th and 21st January 2023, several air interdiction operations were conducted at Dogonchuku in the fringes of the northern Tumbus, Arena Kaza in southern Tumbus of the Lake Chad, and Chikide in the Mandara Mountains area, as well as Gezawa areas in Borno State. The battle damage assessment revealed that several terrorists were neutralized with their structures and logistic supplies destroyed in the airstrike. Now to the North Central Zone. Troops of Operation Safe Haven, as well as other troops deployed in the North Central Zone, conducted operational activities in villages in Panshin, Bokos, Mangu, and Lantan North local government area of Plateau State, as well as Idu, Chikara in Kogi State, and Gurara local government area of Niger State. Notably, on 13 January 2023, based on credible intelligence, troops embarked on stop and search mission and arrested 2 gonorrheas in Sabonlai village in Lantan North local government area of Plateau State. Troops recovered 5 AK-47 rifles with magazines, 1 RPG tube, 4 RPG bombs, 4 RPG-7 chargers, 1 Beretta pistol, and 2 cell phones. Equally, on 12 January 2023, troops of Guard Brigade with Civilian Joint Task Force conducted fighting patrol at bandit hideout in Idu Chikara in Kogi and made contact with the criminals. Troops engaged the criminals and neutralized 2 and recovered 1 RPG tube, as well as rescued 30 kidnapped civilians. On the same day, troops responded to information on the meeting engagement between local vigilantes and bandits around the adjoining forest near Daga and Izam village in Gurara local government area of Niger State. The bandits fled before troops arrived. Troops with the vigilante exploited the areas and arrested 11 suspected bandits, as well as recovered 1 AK-47 rifle. Equally, on 22nd January 2023, based on credible information, troops raided criminal hideouts in Unjo and Woka village in Logo and Guma local government area of Benue State and made contact with terrorists. Following the fierce firefight, 3 terrorists were neutralized. Troops also recovered 8 den guns, 2 AK-47 rifles, 1 pistol, 3 rounds of 9mm ammunition, 112 rounds of 7.62mm special, 20 rounds of 5.56mm ammunition, 1 Grail rifle, 1 magazine, 3 ATM cards, and a sum of 69,000 naira only. Troops also arrested 5 terrorists as well as rescued 8 civilians. Consequently, within a week in view, troops in the North Central Zone neutralized 7 terrorists, arrested 2 suspected gun runners, and Consequently, within a week in view, troops of the North Central Zone neutralized 7 terrorists, arrested 2 suspected gun runners, and 19 terrorists, as well as rescued 36 kidnapped victims. Troops also recovered 8 AK-47 rifles, 2 RPG tubes, 4 RPG-7 bombs, 4 RPG-7 chargers, and 2 pistols, as well as 8 den guns, 3 rounds of 9mm ammunition, 112 rounds of 7.62mm special, and 20 rounds of 5.56 ammunition among with other items. Now to the Northwest Zone. Troops of Operation Hadamindaji in the Northwest Zone of the country have continued to sustain offensive operation on terrorist enclaves, camps, and hideouts within the zone. Precisely on 12 January 2023, troops went on fighting patrol to terrorist enclaves at Lamba village in Maru local government area and Kangada's forest in Gusau local government area of Zamfara state. Troops intercepted terrorists while en route to their camps and neutralized 5 terrorists. Troops exploited the general area and recovered 5 AK-47 rifles, 60 rounds of 7.62mm special, 4 magazines loaded with 33 rounds of 7.62mm special, 4 motorcycles. Equally, on 17 January 2023, troops deployed at Danali in Damusa local government area of Katsina State made contact with terrorists. Following the encounter, 2 terrorists were neutralized, while 2 AK-47 rifle with magazines loaded with 7 rounds of 7.62mm special was recovered, as well as 3 motorcycles. Also, on 18 January 2023, troops conducted clearance operations at Malakachi, Mukaha, Awala, Kaboro, and Dunya village in Dan Wasagu and Mora village in Damosa local government area of Kebbi, Zamfara, and Katsina state, respectively. Troops encounter and engage terrorists with deliberate fire at their various enclaves and neutralize 8 terrorists and destroy several bandits' enclaves, as well as 4 vehicles and 9 motorcycles. Troops also recovered 4 AK-47 rifles, 2 AK-47 magazines, 1 submachine gun, 2 Bafeng radios, 33 rounds of 7.62mm special, 2 laptops, and 10 mobile phones, among other sundry items. Also, on 22nd and 25th January 2023, troops responded to terrorist attack on locals and motorists at Pandegu and at Dangeru and Dangizo village in Batsari local government area of Katsina State, and Road Ngwada Minor in Birnin Gwari local government area of Kaduna State. Following the firefight that ensued during the encounter, troops neutralized 4 terrorists, recovered 3 AK-47 rifles, 50 rounds of 7.62mm special, 2 AK-47 rifle magazines, 1 Bafeng HH radio, and 1 motorcycle, as well as rescued 15 kidnapped victims. Also, troops responded to a distress call on 23rd January 2023 of bandits' attack at Kumaro village in Salimi local government area of Sokoto State. Following the fierce firefight, troops neutralized 4 terrorists and recovered and rescued 2 kidnapped victims. Troops exploited general area and recovered 3 AK-47 rifles, 7 rounds of 7.62mm special, 1 pump action gun, 1 Bafeng radio, 1 mine, and 11 motorcycles. Cumulatively, within a week in view, troops in the Northeast Zone recovered 18 AK-47 rifles, 1 submachine gun, 126 rounds of 7.62mm special, 6 magazines, 13 motorcycles, 2 Bafeng radios, and 2 laptops. Troops equally neutralized 22 terrorists and arrested 4 and rescued 26 civilians. All recovered items, apprehended suspects, and rescued civilians have been handed over to appropriate authorities for further action. Equally, the air component of Operation Hadar Daji conducted a series of intelligence, surveillance, and recognition missions, as well as air interdiction operations at terrorist enclaves in Sokoto. Notably, on 16 January 2023, a well-planned and coordinated air interdiction operation was carried out at identified terrorist enclave at Rana Forest in Raba local government area of Sokoto State. After the airstrike, feedback by troops revealed that 20 terrorists were neutralized, while 17 motorcycles and several Bafeng radios were bombed in the airstrike. Now to the South-South Zone. Troops of the Joint Task Force Operation Delta Safe in the South-South Zone of the country have continued the war against oil theft and illegal refinery and other criminal activities in the Niger Delta region through aggressive and increased tempo in raid and clearance operations, as well as patrol, among other activities. Accordingly, the land, maritime, and air component of Operation Delta Safe in the conducted operational activities at the creeks, waterways, highways, towns, cities of Bayelsa, Delta, and River State to checkmate the activities of criminal elements and deny them freedom of action. Consequently, troops of Operation Delta Safe in the conduct of Operation Octopus Grip and other operations discovered and destroyed several illegal refinery sites, equipment, and petroleum products, as well as apprehended some suspected criminals. Notably, on 12 January 2023, troops responded to a distress call from local vigilantes on suspected cultists with weapons at Bado in Gokana local government area of River State. However, on sighting troops, the suspects fled. Troops exploited the area and recovered 1 AK-47 rifle, 1 GT rifle, 12 rounds of 7.62mm special, and 17 rounds of 7.62mm NATO, as well as 2 extra AK-47 magazines. Equally, on 20th January 2023, troops in conjunction with the Nigerian police personnel conducted cordon and search operation on a suspected armed robber hideout in Sama community in Bomali local government area of Delta State and made contact with the criminals. Following the fierce firefight, troops arrested 8 suspected armed robbers, recovered 1 AK-47 rifle, 4 locally made den gun, 22 rounds of 7.62mm special, 16 rounds of 7.62mm NATO, 38 cartridges, various improvised explosive device materials, 3 cutlasses, 1 dagger, 1 hammer, 3 magazines, as well as other sundry items. Cumulatively, Within a week in focus, troops discovered and destroyed 39 illegal refinery sites, 48 cooking ovens, 103 storage tanks, 27 dugouts pits, and 33 wooden boats. Troops also recovered 1 tugboat, 1 barge, 3 pumping machines, 3 speeding boats, and 33 vehicles. Additionally, troops recovered 247 liters of crude oil, 71 liters of automotive gas oil, 15 AK-47 rifles, while 40 suspected economic saboteurs were arrested. All recovered items and apprehended suspects have been handed over to appropriate authorities for further action. It is worthwhile to mention that a sum of 125,333,460 naira only were denied oil thefts during the week under review. Equally, the air component of Operation Delta Safe conducted air interdiction operations at several illegal refinery sites and creeks in Gokari, Denga, and Okrika local government areas, both in Rivers State, between 12th to 24th January 2023. Group observed that the sites were active with oil thefts and makeshift tents sited, as well as illegal refinery activities being carried out. The targets were engaged with weapons, and the locations were observed to have exploded in an inferno, while the illegal refinery equipment were all destroyed. Now to the southwest zone of the country. To the southeast zone of the country. Troops and other security agents have sustained offensive operation against the activities of the outlawed indigenous people of Biafra and Eastern Security Network criminals in the southeast zone of the country. In furtherance to this, troops conducted operational activities in villages, forests, towns, and cities of Abia, Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu, and Imo states, geared towards restoring peace and normalcy to the region. Notably, on 15th January 2023, following credible intelligence, troops raided suspected criminal hideouts at Ungwaba town in Oji River local government area in Enugu state, and Umbosi village in Hiyala local government area of Anambra state, and arrested 10 suspected indigenous people of Biafra and Eastern Security Network criminal members, including a high-profile sponsor of the sect. Troops recovered 2 pump-action rifles, 25 rounds of 9mm ammunition, 4 cutlasses, 1 axe, 1 vehicle, 5 mobile phones, substance suspected to be cannabis sativa, and a sum of 16,000 naira only. Additionally, on 17 January 2023, troops had a meeting engagement with indigenous people of Biafra and Eastern Security Network criminals close to their checkpoint along Uru Zugwawe Ungwa in Indiala local government area of Anambra state. The criminals fled with gunshot wounds. Troops, however, exploited the general area and recovered 4 improvised explosive devices, 1 vehicle, 4 locally made explosive pipe, 8 cartridges, 1 locally made grenade, and 1 single-barrel gun. Equally, on 23rd January 2023, troops in conjunction with the Nigerian police personnel conducted fighting patrols at the indigenous people of Biafra and Eastern Security Network camp and at Uha and Amapupo village in Oguta local government area of Imo state, but no contact was made. Troops, however, conducted a cordon and search of the camp and recovered 7 pump-action guns, 2 AK-47 rifles, 33 rounds of 7.62mm special, 1 double-barrel gun, 4 locally made hand grenades, 17 live cartridges. Other items are 9 motorcycles, 7 vehicles, 9 mobile phones, and 27 wraps of suspected to the cannabis sativa. Consequently, within the week in view, troops recovered 2 AK-47 rifles, 9 pump-action rifles, 1 double-barrel gun, 33 rounds of 7.62mm special, 4 locally made hand grenades, 7 live cartridges, 7 explosive devices, 4 locally made explosive pipes, 8 cartridges, 1 locally made grenade, 1 double barrel gun, 25 rounds of 9mm ammunition, 4 cutlasses, 1 axe, 1 vehicle, 5 mobile phone, and a sum of 16,000 naira only. Troops equally neutralized 9 terrorists, arrested 24, and rescued 16 civilians. All recovered items, apprehended suspects, and rescued civilians have been handed over to appropriate authorities for further action. It's important to note that the southwest area of the country has been stable to a relative extent, and there's nothing much of significance to report here. On a final note, I wish to once again convey the Military High Command commendation on troops' efforts in the various theater of operation across the length and breadth of the nation. The media community is also acknowledged for their untiring partnership and continued cooperation with the military and other security agents in our quest to restore peace and security to our dear country. Also, the entire populace is hereby appreciated for their support given to the armed forces of Nigeria and other security agencies in the conduct of our various operations across the length and breadth of the country, while also urging them to continue to provide prompt and credible information in the activities of terrorists and other criminal elements in their respective areas.